The vote accounting records of 5 millionth taxpayers are creature remote by the UK's tax credibility, as the way they were gathered ruined confidentiality rules. Income and Customs Officer, HMRC, unsuccessful to profit obvious agreement of individuals up signature them up to the vote ID framework for phone inquiries. Campaigners charged HMRC of creation biometric ID cards by the behind doorway. The Data Commissar's Office Space, ICO, told Down there had been a considerable violation of information laws. Pioneering digital services assist do our lives facilitating, but it must not be at the charge of human beings as basic order to confidentiality, told Steve Timber, Vice Commissar at the ICO. Sir John Thompson, HMRC Head Execution, told, I am happy how HMRC should go on to use vote identifier. In a bid to rate up the lot criticized HMRC hotline, human beings were guessed to use the vote acceptance framework, quite rather than the regular safety checks. The schema, startup in 2017, asks callers to reiterate the sentence, my vote is my passcode, to registry. One day the problem is full, they can use the sentence to prove their sameness while operating their taxes. HMRC passes the vote via an all-go to immediately prove their ID confidentiality. Campaign participant Big Sibling Look complained on the sound signing framework, pretending users were railroaded in with it as they were not taking into account the selection to opt of. The General Information Protect Regulatory, GDPR, that came in strength through the Europe Association in May recent year, requires organizations to receive obvious agreement up they use biometric information to identification who, consisting vote recordings. HMRC has been said by the UK's Data Commissar's Office Space, ICO, how it was not sticking to the Information Protect rules. In impact, it had automatic spurred human beings in the framework out of obvious agreement. The Commissar is producing the at first coercion note of its type to HMRC, by GDPR rules, to provide the information is remote. As a outcome, no penalty will be imposed. The tax credibility modified the way it desired permit for vote ID in October. Several 1.5 millionth human beings include named HMRC with later, and told they requested to go on with the facility. Their accounting records include been held. But HMRC has begun to exclude the vote accounting records of the left 5 millionth who registered in the framework up October and who include not named or utilized the facility with. It told the accounting records would be remote so up the Data Commissar's last date of June 5. Silky Carlo, CEO of Big Sibling Look, told, the is a large successful for Big Sibling Look, restoration information rights for millions of common human beings about the nation. To our expertise, the is the largest always exception of biometric IDs of a country-held database. This sets a urgent precedence for biometry gallery and the database country, show how campaigners and the ICO include actual teeth and know by the government division is over the act. Mr. Timber, Vice Commissar at the ICO, told, we greet HMRC's quick activity to start delete private information how it derived illegally. Our inquiry vulnerable a considerable violation of Information Protect Act. HMRC appears to include taking into account slight or no review to it in consider to its vote ID facility.